New York Times right-wing conspiracy theory comes true in less than 24 hours. How many times does the New York Times have to get it wrong? Their takes are terrible. They're always wrong. I don't know if it's by design, but when it comes to this, I think this is by design. I think the New York Times is one of those people that's in the pocket of the CCP. I remember it was a list of companies that was getting money from the CCP. I'm not 100% sure if the New York Times was one of them or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were. But before we get started, go ahead, hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There's a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram where I put out news throughout the day to keep you informed. Very informative, little short synopsis on what's going on. All right, let's talk about this news. The latest salvo from the left in the ongoing unpersoning of anyone on the right who questions election integrity fell flat on its face in less than a day. On Tuesday, the New York Times framed a story circulating on the right over software companies' a connection with the Chinese Communist Party as a quote right wing conspiracy theory. That's what they always say. Quote, at an invitation only conference in August at a secret location southeast of Phoenix, a group of election deniers unspooled a new conspiracy theory about the 2020 presidential outcome, was the Times' original lead via the Daily Caller. In it, the Times wrote that right wing election deniers in Arizona had fabricated a conspiracy theory that election software company Connect, I think is pronounced, had secret ties to the CCP and was passing them information on around 2 million U.S. poll workers. Quote, in the 2 years since former President Donald J. Trump lost his re-election bid, conspiracy theorists have subjected election officials and private companies that play a major role in elections to a barrage of outlandish voter fraud claims, reads the article. But the attacks on the Connect demonstrate how far-right election deniers are also giving more attention to new and more secondary companies and groups. Their claim often finds a receptive online audience, which then uses the assertions to raise doubts about the integrity of American elections. The next morning, the very next morning, Connect executive Eugene Yu was arrested for the alleged theft of poll workers' personal information. That's right. Not even the next morning, a day later, it comes out and they arrest this guy. The Washington Times got egg on their face. How many times do they have to get stuff wrong? This is crazy. A-holes, man. They keep they can never get it right. And I think it's funny. And then they put out a story. They put out a story the next day actually talking about the arrest. So how much egg can one get on their face? Who is still reading the New York Times is what I want to know. I certainly don't read them because they're one of the most inaccurate media people out there. So but now they're backtracking again. They came out with another article the very next day. David Harsanyi, he tweeted, "This one happened quicker than usual. Appreciate not having to wait." And so he posted the actual article of the New York Times actually coming back and saying, well, yeah, someone did get arrested for selling other people's information. And Physics Geek tweeted out, "What a difference a day makes. Day one, those crazy right wingers keep peddling this crazy conspiracy theory. And then day two, which turns out to be true." And this is par for the course for the New York Times. Rasmussen reports the New York Times never forget. Even Rasmussen came out and talked about this. But let me know what you think about all this. Leave comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out democrapublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.